It was just officially leaked that MCO will be launching a brand new setting spray in collaboration with Skindinavia, the same company that created the Urban Decay All-Nighter. This might be the best part and the pettiness that I strive for, because they're also calling it the All-Dayer. Some of you may—
Two creators have now put the fallout into one sentence. For longtime fans, the reformulation was a bad day. And 1 year later, the story is even messier. Skindinavia made Urban Decay's cult all-nighter setting spray for 15 years. Then, Urban Decay ended the partnership, changed the formula, and kept the famous name. Skindinavia kept the original formula story, and has now taken it to MCoBeauty, a brand that openly sells beauty dupes. The new bottle says, "Not a dupe." It also costs $14 less.
My Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray. Give my face a good old spritz. This is my travel size one, so I can take it on the plane with me. And I'm gonna give my face a spritz, and then my makeup's gonna last all day and all night. It's gonna be great.
This is no longer a quiet reformulation story. It is a public breakup, a price attack, and a fight over which half of a beauty icon customers actually loved. Urban Decay has the label. Skindinavia says it has the legacy formula. MCoBeauty bought the plot twist. The current full-size all-nighter lists for $34 at Ulta and promises up to 24 hours of wear. MCoBeauty lists all-dayer at $19.99. That is a $14.01 gap at current US list prices. Same category, similar black bottle. A name that sounds like all-nighter's cheeky opposite. Subtle, this launch is not. MCoBeauty's product page opens with a dare. It's back, and it's not a dupe. The company says All-Dayer uses the original Skindinavia formula and patented cooling technology once associated with All-Nighter. That claim comes from the two companies selling the product, not from an independent laboratory. But it is still far more provocative than inspired by. They are saying the original moved. The backstory starts in 2010. Skindinavia says it developed and manufactured All-Nighter for Urban Decay through a partnership that lasted 15 years. Its founder, Alan Goldman, owns the patent behind a cooling approach designed to slow cosmetic breakdown. Urban Decay supplied the global brand, packaging, distribution, and retail machine. For customers, all of that felt like one product.
That's wild. And it really started because I used to spray my face with hairspray. I was in Miss Texas, I was Miss Benbrook one year, and then Miss Tarrant County the next year. And I would spray my face to keep my makeup on with hairspray, which is obviously not good for you to be breathing in. Doesn't feel that good on your face, but does keep your makeup on. And so All-Nighter was sort of like, what's the next gen where people don't have to spray their faces with hairspray?
In July 2025, the arrangement broke. Urban Decay moved ahead with a reformulated all-nighter. Skindinavia did not respond like a supplier quietly accepting the loss of a contract. Its public statement began, "We truly didn't want it to come to this," and said the collaboration had ended after 15 years.
Skindinavia's formula, which if anybody tried the Skindinavia setting spray, same ingredients as the Urban Decay one. And it's always said on it, Urban Decay by Skindinavia, which I think a lot of people didn't realise. And they no longer have their contract with Skindinavia, so this new one is entirely Urban Decay, no Skindinavia involved anymore.
Then the post got sharper. Skindinavia accused Urban Decay of using social media to diminish the old formula. It wrote that most small brands cannot stand up to big companies, but Skindinavia will, and describe itself as being pushed. Those are Skindinavia's allegations and framing, not neutral findings, but they turned a supply chain change into a very public beauty feud. Goldman told Beauty Matter that he learned trouble was coming through canceled material orders. He suggested avoiding royalties may have influenced Urban Decay's decision. Urban Decay and L'Oreal did not confirm that motive in the sources used here. What is confirmed is narrower. The partnership ended, Urban Decay reformulated, and the former supplier started telling customers exactly who had made the old product. Urban Decay did not lose All-Nighter. It owns the trademark, kept the shelf space, and launched a new version with an ultrafine mist, refresh scent, and a wear claim of up to 24 hours. A reformulation can be a genuine attempt to improve control, performance, cost, or consistency. The private reason is not public, and the new product should not be declared worse without a fair test. But changing a cult formula creates a special risk. Customers may think they are repurchasing a familiar liquid when only the brand name stayed constant. Skindinavia understood that vulnerability and kept repeating one message. The formula people remembered had not disappeared. It was simply no longer inside Urban Decay's bottle.
That does look pretty fine. Okay. And then this is the old bottle. Yeah, see this one's, it's a little squirty. It's always been, she's...
Then came MCoBeauty. Its own website invites shoppers to discover the next viral dupe, and it runs promotions called Dupe Day. The company's lookalike strategy has also drawn trade dress lawsuits. Bloomberg Law reported in June that MCoBeauty and Target settled one dispute involving glow recipe packaging. That history does not prove anything improper about All Dayer. It explains why not a dupe lands like a dare.
Are you worried that you're trading off and ripping off small business owners? And how do you ensure that doesn't happen?
No, I'm not worried that we're ripping off small business owners.
Like, how do you sit with the ethics of duping, if that's the case?
I can't comment on, I mean, we run our own brand, we do our own thing. You know, it's not about deep pockets, it's about providing customers with what they want.
Because this time, MCoBeauty is not claiming it made something similar. It partnered with the company that says it made the original. Skindinavia teased the deal with a line that feels almost engineered for gossip channels. We duped ourselves. MCoBeauty followed with, the original formula has found a new home. A brand famous for copies is now selling authenticity as the twist. The visual provocation is deliberate. One teaser showed a confidential shipping crate. Another showed shadowy figures around a table and called it a major global beauty partnership. All Dayer's name mirrors All Nighter. The black packaging invites the comparison. The $19.99 price turns that comparison into a direct challenge at checkout. The strongest receipt is not the packaging. It is US Patent 9198840, assigned to Skindinavia and invented by Alan Goldman. It describes a cooling agent in a fine cosmetic spray designed to slow makeup degradation. The document does not prove that every historical all-nighter used this system. That connection is part of Skindinavia and MCoBeauty's account. What the patent independently confirms is that the protected cooling technology belongs to Skindinavia. MCoBeauty says All Dayer uses that patented system and the original Skindinavia formula. Cosmetics Business reported the launch in the same terms. Skindinavia's own campaign says the real original formula is returning through a partner that can place it where more customers already shop, at a better price. And the current ingredient lists support one important distinction. All Dayer and today's Urban Decay All Nighter are not the same formula. Both begin with water, denatured alcohol, and PVP, then diverge. That does not prove which bottle performs better. It does prove that shoppers now have two different products making competing claims to one history.
This is like really just my first impression. Okay, and then old formula on this side. And they kind of felt the same though, but that one just has like heavier droplets, I guess.
Skindinavia has amplified customer tests comparing its spray with All Nighter. One reposted creator drew eyeliner on both hands, sprayed one side with each product, and said Skindinavia held up just as well, maybe a little better. That is a social media demonstration, not a controlled study, and the brand selected it for reposting. It is useful as evidence of the marketing battle, not final proof of performance. MCoBeauty publishes a 51-person consumer perception study for All Dayer. 86% said they did not feel the need to touch up for 12 hours, and 76% said the same at 16. Urban Decay promises up to 24-hour wear. Neither data set is a blinded head-to-head test, so the dramatic part remains unresolved. Which bottle survives the same face, weather, and day?
The original formula, and I'm kind of gutted about that because I was really hoping this was going to be better or the same. But you know what? I'm actually really curious now.
Now, the old partnership has been separated into visible pieces. Urban Decay kept the famous name and its retail trust. Skindinavia kept the patent and strongest connection to the original formula. MCoBeauty added mass distribution, aggressive pricing, and a talent for turning product resemblance into conversation. That makes the $14 gap more than a sales sticker. If All Dayer recreates the experience longtime users remember, what exactly did the extra money buy? The formula, the logo, or the confidence of seeing all-nighter on the bottle? And if Urban Decay's new version performs better, the old formula may be more nostalgia than advantage. Both sides now have something to prove. There is also an uncomfortable power story beneath the product test. Skindinavia frames itself as the small innovator pushed aside by a much larger company. Urban Decay has not accepted that account. A contract ending is not automatically theft, betrayal, or wrongdoing. But Skindinavia's campaign is clearly designed to make customers judge the breakup, not merely compare ingredients. Here is what the receipts support. Skindinavia and Urban Decay worked together for 15 years. Urban Decay ended the relationship and now sells a reformulated all-nighter for $34. Skindinavia partnered with MCoBeauty on All Dayer. MCoBeauty lists it at $19.99 and says the original patented formula is back. Here is what remains unproven: the private reason for the split. Whether every historical regional bottle was identical, whether All Dayer feels exactly like a customer's remembered all-nighter, and which current bottle performs better under the same conditions. The companies have supplied a compelling story. Consumers still have to supply the verdict. So, is All Dayer a dupe? Not in the ordinary sense claimed by its sellers. MCoBeauty partnered with Skindinavia, the supplier behind the original formula story. But original formula remains the company's claim until an independent comparison confirms the experience in the bottle. The safest answer is also the most interesting. Urban Decay kept all-nighter, while its origin story switched sides. That is why this launch feels like revenge marketing without requiring a revenge conspiracy. Urban Decay made a clean commercial break. Skindinavia turned the breakup into public receipts. MCoBeauty wrapped those receipts in a black bottle, named it All Dayer, printed "Not a Dupe," and undercut the old partner by $14. Urban Decay kept the icon. Skindinavia kept the most provocative part of its history. MCoBeauty bought the plot twist. Now one shelf test can answer the question the partnership used to hide. Were people loyal to the all-nighter name or to what Skindinavia put inside it?